Did you know that your yard is the most beautiful place to find your foliage for your home to decorate your home with, especially a centerpiece on a table or any potted plant? In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I take the outdoors and mix with some of my purchased flowers, and I'm going to make one beautiful bouquet just to share with you that you can always do this on your home. And then tune in for Mother's Day, and I'm going to show you how I make an all outdoor flower centerpiece from just these twigs from the trees in my backyard. They make beautiful flowers, they make beautiful centerpieces, and I'm going to show you how I am mixing them with the regular flowers that I purchase and the plants from my yard. So keep watching if you're interested. When I look into my living room, I always feel like my space is just already ready for every season. I don't see a very strong need to change into a spring color. I'm bright, just like the spring. I'm bright for the summer. I'm bright and warm for the winter. And for the fall as well, I have my browns. So I feel like my living room is an all-season color and theme. So I think that changing up pillows and things like that just isn't practical for me because I really don't like a lot of color and in my living room space. But up here today, I do have like live plants. You know, I've been doctoring on these babies for a while, for a year at least, and I always had these artificial hydrangeas in this particular vase. But we're going to take this out today and we're going to put some fresh, alive spring color flowers in here. So I feel like I'm going to add some spring in here. And of course, you know, I've been nurturing this, my favorite orchid plant. I have since cut the long stems off, as you can see right there. But I do have this little air plant inside of it too. And it's growing really well. And here's a baby leaf to prove that it's still growing. And then I have my favorite plant over there, which is my fiddle leaf plant, and it is my baby. She is doing wonderful. I potted her really deep, which I really regret because it just doesn't look like she's growing, but she has gotten pretty tall. It's just that the soil, it's so low and down below. I have her like in this huge deep planter. So she is my new baby. Every morning I mist her with some water. I think I overwatered her the last day or so because one of the plants is getting a little spotting and red on it. So I'm really disappointed. But what I'm going to do is show you how I'm just going to add a little pop of color in here for the spring to give it a full spring look. Even though to me, my hydrangeas are still saying spring. They're still saying winter, fall. These are all year round colors that you can keep and use. So what I'm going to do today though is I'm going to remove these and show you how I'm going to fill it up with some flowers. So let's get to that. Today I went to Publix and bought some flowers. Okay, so I thought these were really pretty. These are just accent flowers, and they like baby breath. They're just gorgeous. So, and Publix have them 3 for $12.99. These also 3 for $12.99. This is my favorite flower, and I love this bright, pretty color green. It's just so pretty. I also thought that I would add these since they're still in bloom and wait for them to bloom out, as well as these little green berries. Some more of my favorite flowers. And so we're just going to get this all into that vase. First thing I do is get me some shears and I just get the snipping. So I want to measure to see how far down I want my stems to be. I think I want them to be pretty big, so I like that the stems are already trimmed, so you don't have to worry about the leaves being into the water. And right now I'm just doing every other one, as you can see, just like that. So it's looking like every other one so far. And then we have these beautiful little green baby bugs. They're like this. We're going to stick them in. We want to make sure they show. And we got some these beautiful little stems right here. It's gorgeous. And again, all of the stems have been shredded from the bottom, the leaves, the stems. We're going to add some more of the green flowers. And the reason why I like these so much is because they bloom for a long time. So that's why they usually do so great when you're using them in your flower pots. They last a long time. They're usually the last thing standing in your bouquet. So we're going to put some more of the green inside of the middle. And as you can see, it's already becoming so full. Because I have so many plants, I'm going to take at least 3 of these packets of plant food, and I'm going to go ahead and put them inside the container before I water them. And the last thing is these baby breaths. And I always put these in last because they're like the icing on the cake when it comes to filling in the gaps, checking for holes, and just kind of closure. It looks like I kind of got a bad bunch because this already looks like it's starting to rot a little bit. This one is yucky. So some of these are already starting to rot. So I'm not sure if I should use them, but they're still so pretty. Usually if you have a rotted plant, it'll mess up the water and start to kill all the other plants. So, since I should take them back to Publix, but I'm going to go ahead and keep them and just go ahead and put them in. Bouquets don't last long anyway, but aren't they gorgeous? And we're just going to put them in. They don't have to be so low. I don't know why they wrote it. And we're gonna turn this around. She's looking pretty full. We're gonna put some here. If these don't touch the water, it won't make me upset because they're really not that great condition. They're not in that great condition right now. So if they don't hit in the water, I'm pretty cool with that. Now if you're uncomfortable with the way you laid everything out, go ahead and position them, make sure they're all nice and tight inside your bouquet so that you can get some water. This whole bouquet cost me $24 to make. If I would have went into a store to get this bouquet, it would have been well over $100, especially with the base. Okay, so now we're just gonna put some water in it until about right here, and we're gonna replace it on the table. And we'll show you the finished look. And there she is. I wanted her to be nice and tall. I really wouldn't mind her being taller, but I just wanted to show you how beautiful and full she is. Just look at her. You don't need a whole lot of color, but if you wanted to add some color, I think a nice lilac would have been pretty in this. But I like the green. The pop of green is my color scheme for my plants. I let my plants do the color talking for me. As you can see, you see the berries. These babies last forever. They'll be the last thing standing. These baby breaths already feel dry. They feel like paper. They don't feel real, but they are. And they were already rotten, but you can pick them out when they start to fall apart. But usually baby breaths will stay looking like that even when they die. So they're okay. Here's some more of the berries. And then I have these little carnation blooms that are getting ready to come out. So I can't wait to see them bloom. And I have about 3 of them, or four of them. I have one here. It looks like it's already about to bloom. So they'll be fighting for their own little way out to bloom. And so once you get it here, you can just play with it and see what you want to do with it. And I like it just as is. So here's my bouquet. Although I like it as is, we just cannot stop right here. I mean, it is gorgeous. It is pretty, the colors are vibrant, and you don't need a whole lot of color. But if I was to add a pop of color, I would probably do a lilac, even though lilac is not something that's in my home, but it definitely screams springtime. So I really do love the way it's looked, and we're gonna go ahead and add some foliage from the outdoors. Okay, so I have headed out into my backyard to get some foliage. I have lovely greens. My yard is a fully green yard. And just because it's a tree, it's a branch, it's a twig, it's still a plant, and it still can be beautiful in your home. It is a flower. These are some of the foliage that I pulled from my own yard. As you can see, the different types of leaves. So I got maybe 3 or 4 of some. Isn't this one beautiful? Wait. Let me see. Isn't this one gorgeous? Just Look at that. Your own yard. Just check out your own yard. Look how beautiful these leaves are. So all I'm going to do is shred some of the stems down and put them in my vase as well. And we're going to fill out that flower pot. And I'll come back and show you with the review. Thank you. As you can see how it's looking with just adding the first layer. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? So we're going to continue to do this. Okay, as you can see, I just added the second group of leaves from my outdoors. This was the first group, and this is the second group. And as you can see, my bouquet is starting to look very full, very professional, very inviting, and expensive. We have one more layer, and that will complete this whole session.
Wow! Come on, and groove it on. I said, baby, I know you're on a roll. Sweet honey, let's take it real.